Hey there, I'm Caden Rains, and welcome to my basement. Today we're looking at an excellent addition to the villain shelf. One of the, I don't know, more outlandish ones compared to the last couple we've looked at, but it's Mr. Burns. Everybody knows Mr. Burns. Regardless of how you feel about him, I feel like he would at least fund some of the other villains on the shelf, and therefore he gets a place. Plus, he's going to have a place in my Lego City as one of the villains, so I felt like it needed to mirror from one to the other. But anyway, this is from Jakks Pacific, the same ones making the Mario and Sonic line that we've looked at before. This is one of the lines that, outside of the family, I have pretty much no interest in. I think they look good, and we're about to see how Mr. Burns looks, but other than getting a Smithers to go with him, I don't think you'll be seeing much of this line outside of the named title characters. So for now, though, let's look at Mr. Burns and see what he's got going for him, and then find a place for him on the shelf. So here's Mr. Burns out of his packaging. He comes with Blinky the fish as his larger accessory. And Blinky can come out of that bowl, but I don't really know what you would do with him otherwise. He just barely is able to hold the bowl. His hands aren't really meant for doing too much. I mean, it's fine. On the box, they have him like this, like he's doing his excellent gesture, but I don't think it really fits for that. And you can kind of hold his other accessory, which is a wad of cash, but it's not great. It's just barely. Also, this cash it's not great. It's the worst part of this figure, but it's there. It's got ridges, but it's just I would have just left it out, honestly. As far as the figure, he's got some posability. For like a 200-year-old man, you can make him move. You can make him do the jitterbug or whatever. I'm sure he's mentioned some old-timey dance at some point in the show. I've seen every episode of The Simpsons up to a point, but I don't even know what that point is anymore. It's been a little while since I followed it outside of just general stuff that's going on in the series, like if there's some controversy or whatnot. But other than that, Mr. Burns is just, he's that guy. He's got more money than he should, and he does things with it that he shouldn't. And that's kind of the world we lived in anyway, so he can represent that on the shelf. I'll leave him with Blinky when I put him up there. I don't know if it's in the hands or not, but the reason he's going with the current set of villains is because he's mutated things, so he should work with the Shredder, and he feels like he would give money to some of the others to aid their endeavors as long as he gets a cut of whatever madness they bring about because of that, whether it's business or otherwise. So his inclusion may not be absolute cinema, but it is excellent. As far as this figure overall, I think it's fine. It's a cheap figure. It's like 10 or 11 bucks most of the time, depending on where you get it. And it's actually got a fair amount of maneuverability, of posability, and while I think the stack of cash is pretty lame, you can go in there. Blinky's good. His look is good. I don't notice any, paint. It'd be nice if his liver spots showed up more. They're just bumps, which I guess they are kind of just bumps in the show, but I feel like they could have done something there, but it's not that big a deal. Yeah, so that's all I got to really say about Mr. Burns. This was a quick one. Well, let's go put him on the shelf and see how he looks with the others. he's going to look weird. He's a yellow person who does not look realistic at all compared to even Frieza. But let's see how he looks. Name a more iconic sextant. I bet you can't. But there's Mr. Burns right next to his other villainous counterparts for this display. Technically, half of this group is owned by Disney, so I guess he gets in on that account regardless. But I know he doesn't really fit the others, but he does own a power plant that's mutated animals. He's been mistaken for an alien, and he's lived for 200 years or whatever the current age they play with him is. So I still count him as sort of a sci-fi villain. In fact, if he ever gets a crossover, the Simpsons get a crossover with the TMNT, they should make Blinky a mutant. That's my pitch. Disney, call me or don't. Some of the things you're doing right now don't really jive with me. But anyway, how do you feel about the Jakks Pacific Mr. Burns? Do you think he should be here with the other villains, or do you think this is just madness? Madness, you tell me. Well, it might be. I don't put that aside for anybody or anything. It's always a possibility. But anyway, let me know down below what you think of the current display of villains. If you think I should not have bothered with Mr. Burns, or if you think he should take more of a center stage among these other titans of evil / antagonism. Regardless, I hope you had a good time in my basement, and I'll see you in the next one.